as deeply MYST fans as we are is because there is so much to look at and so
you don't
much.
Even know how much. It hurts my
Yeah,
head.
you and I are going to talk later. We have plans for you. And I think, you say, we don't always do it right, but I think that the ability to make puzzles that feel seamless, that give people an extreme aha moment. How many of you have woken up in the middle of the night while playing a MYST game and gone, oh my God, I know how to solve it now?
Those are great moments.
Yeah, that aha moment is one of the things that you guys have nailed. That you solve a puzzle and you feel dang good about having solved that puzzle because you had to work at it and you had to think about it and you had to really immerse yourself in what was going on to be able to get that.
We love that. We love that. We love
Keep
when it all
doing
falls
that.
into place.
Do
Okay.
more.
Yeah, it's not a shooter. The room where the panel for the shooter is down the street, and it's a lot more full than this one. But this is more fun.
Okay, so we've been talking about fandom. I have a question for you.
Okay, question. All right, time to turn the tables. Go ahead.
What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever sent you? You guys get presents. You guys get presents at Cyan all the time. What's the weirdest thing that's ever showed up at the office?
Boy, I don't ever think of them as weird. Some are unique. Wow, that's a hard one. There's this cool lamp somebody sent that still, I think it still sits in our office. Or I can't remember if we put it on the trophy case or the office, but like it looks like something out of the game, like a lamp, which is like, okay, that's awesome. And we get all kinds of stuff. The weirdest thing to me is that, well, it's not fan sent, but that Atris Ken doll.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have the
Yeah.
The first time I met you, like outside of seeing you at Mysterium and being all fangirl, was when we brought you that huge box of coffee.
Oh.
The fans decided that since Cyan was working and they were pulling long hours that they needed caffeine.
Well, we did.
And so there was a fundraiser to buy them all coffee and cocoa and we were coming over to test MYST 5. So we brought this big, huge box of coffee and cocoa with penguins on it for Rama.
Yeah, it was great. We have the best fans in the world. I mean, they send us pizza and donuts and coffee and cocoa. I mean, like, it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, honestly, my job, I mean, I'm gonna turn 60 soon. I'm making games for a living. Still. I mean, I worked at a bank for 10 years, and then it was like, my brother and I started this company to make games. I thought, well, I wonder how long this will last. I'm turning 60, and I still get to do this. It's awesome.
That actually feeds directly into the question I was going to ask. When did you realize the cultural phenomenon that you had created? When did it first occur to you that you might be here 25 years later talking to a room full of people who are as addicted as we are to your work?
That's a good question. MYST was a labor of love for us. My brother and I worked on it really hard, but we had no idea. Absolutely no idea that it would have the appeal it had. And I've said this lately, I mean, age gives you a lot of insight and a lot of the ability to kind of suppress your ego a bit. I mean, at the time, I'm sure we thought, oh, we did a great job. But timing is everything. It's not, it's not. We did a good job, and when you do a good job, at least it's like you get a roll of the dice. But you're still just rolling the dice, and we managed to, roll the right numbers with MYST. But I remember specifically. This is to get to a point. This is kind of a story. After MYST was done, we took vacations because we were tired, and I went to New Mexico, and it was like I went for a month because we have I have relatives who live there, so we stayed with them, and we went into, there used to be big box, those big software stores and media stores. They'd sell movies and games, and there was no online at that point, or very little. And I walked into one of those stores, and there were rows of MYST boxes, like in there.
Do you want to take a picture? Like,
I
what
was
did you
just
think
like,
when you saw that?
Oh my gosh.
Did you tell anybody, like, when
No,
you made that?
I didn't say a word to anybody, I just sat there and kind of scared, like, gosh, look at this. And people were coming in, looking at it, and it felt like, wow. I mean, I don't know how it even happened, it just felt like all of a sudden, we had worked for a while, and then it's on a shelf, like in a big store, bunches of them, which was cool. So, yeah, that was a fun moment, and I am glad to be here. Feels like it's not my real life. My real life is just, fairly normal. But then I get to step out and share things with you guys and chat. And yeah, we got to wrap up because I think we're running out of time. But one more.
Oh, I just have a quick question. You and your brother, which one's the older? Which is the younger?
I'm the oldest of 4 brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. And the smartest, best looking.
So the only other one I know about is, yeah, you're the one who did that with you.
Oh yeah, Robin.
Yes, thank you.
Uh-huh.
What's he doing these days?
He's in Seattle, and I think he's more involved in, or
He's doing filmmaking
movie and
stuff,
film
yeah.
type stuff. His wife is involved in film production, so he's much more on that side of
That's
things.
all I was
He
wondering.
made a movie a few years ago, starring
Him?
himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give anything away.
Augustus Gladstone.
Yeah.
Augustus Gladstone,
Yeah.
go find it, it's actually really cool.
It is.
It's very unique. So, and I worked with my youngest brother.
Uh-huh.
Probably I've worked with him even longer than Robin at this point, because he was involved from the time of MYST even till now. I still work with him on projects.
Isn't there a
Is that
picture
right?
of him kicking around you guys filming stuff for MYST and he's like 10 years old?
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
probably, yeah.
Didn't he work a lot on writing all of the books and
Yeah,
MYST
he
as
wrote the
well?
books
Yeah.
and,
And
yeah.
he's now an author himself. He's
He is,
Kari.
and yeah, and we're trying to do some stuff together, so we'll see what happens. We have fun. We're like,
Just one really quick question.
Sure.
I am new to gaming, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
So, give me the story of MYST.
like the story of MYST, so you don't have to play it?
Well, no, you're talking to, yes,
Oh.
you're talking to somebody who literally still throws
Okay.
her weapon in the middle of battle, because I'm
Yeah.
not good yet.
So the
Tell
thing
me
that,
this.
all right, so it's hard to sum it up, and this was a trouble we had pitching it. We actually took the game to people at companies, and they said, nah, we'll pass. A couple times, because it's hard to get it. But the idea is, we wanted people to feel like they were really in a place. I mean, that was from the very beginning. Robin and I were not designing the game; we were designing a place. And it had to feel like this was a place, like a story that led into it, a story that led out of it, and you caught it in the middle. And what you do shapes it. And you don't die, and you don't kill things, but you've come into this place, and the story reveals itself. Where you think it's so simple, it's a dock, whatever, just push buttons, why is this marker switch, I don't know what this is, until you gradually realize, no, something did go on here, and I'm starting to get the story, and I'm starting to know why that's there, and why that's there, and oh my goodness, and things start to play out in your head. The story becomes something told in your head, not something that you read. That's probably how I would explain it, yeah.
Yeah, exploration, problem solving,
Family drama.
family drama, so much family drama.
And a lot of people call it a puzzle game, and I'm not a fan of that, because if we do our job well, the kind of thing these guys have said, they don't feel like puzzles. They feel like those are things that were there for a reason, and it's just something it's just a little friction I've got to get past. And I've got to figure out how to get past it, and when I do, I get a reward for that. I get a reveal, or a new place, or a new bit of the story that I didn't have before. So it's very different, and that leads right into we had no idea it would be so successful, but we're very glad it was. Thank you guys for
Come
all.
upstairs,
all
we'll
help
give you
with
the
that.
full spiel.
Yeah.
It's up to you.